Hi friends, I'm Sengupta, Professor of Economics. On 14th December, CAFC Economics exam was held. First of all, we should be thankful to our students of BEI to share questions bank as much as possible they could memorize. So on the basis of memories, I repeat, purely on the basis of memories, we have accumulated questions bank and I'm trying to help you to analyze answer script of this questions bank. First question is, when price of petrol decreases, people reduce the consumption of diesel. The goods are petrol and diesel. One thing you should remember that one can be used without other. To let you explain in proper way, I made this two simple diagram where it is petrol here and diesel here. As per question, I always suggest after getting questions, people has to make the diagram, otherwise one cannot manage this. So if price of petrol decreases, it's common sense, if price of petrol decreases, what is happening? Obviously, as per law of demand, quantity demand of petrol would increase. So when petrol is grabbing this market, diesel being diesel being competitive of this, should be demanded less. So what does it mean? The price of petrol decreases and consumption of diesel also decreasing. So pure concept is what? When price of petrol decreases, other things remaining constant, that is ceteris paribus, quantity demanded for diesel decreasing. So price of one commodity and demand for other commodity are directly related. When that be so, sorry, obviously this relationship should be substitute goods. So my dear students, answer of this question should be substitute goods. I repeat, when price of one commodity and demand for other commodity are directly related, goods related as substitute. So question number 1, answer should be Delhi, D. Now question number 2. When price of apple is 120 per kg, Ram buys 1 kg of apple at that price. So always I suggest that slowly one by one on the basis of question bank we should make our diagram wherever it is required so that it would be helpful for you to complete this answer. So for question number 2, my first job is what? For question number 2, price of apple. Let me make this in a perfect way. Price of apple initial was 120. So if it is 120, consumer purchases, say as per questions, it is 120, it is 1 kg. If other things remaining same, price of apple falls. Price of apple falls to rupees 90. When price of apple falls to rupees 90, the quantity demanded is increasing to 2 kgs. So my dear students, what does it mean? Price falls, real income increases, demand increases. When I make sure to get this locus, what is happening? This movement, point to be noted, this movement is movement along the demand curve. I repeat, this movement is movement along the demand curve. There are two concepts. One is movement along the demand curve and shift in demand curve. So look, here price falls, demand increases. So obviously it should be movement along the demand curve and from here to here it is called expansion of demand. Another English we can call increase in, I repeat, increase in quantity demanded. There are two concepts, I repeat. One is shift in demand curve, where factors other than price is applicable. Another is change in quantity demanded. Change in quantity demanded has got two parts, expansion and contraction. As per question, rupees 120 comes down to rupees 90. So obviously it should be expansion of demand. Expansion of demand means to be. So question number 1, answer is D, substitute. Question number 2, it is purely expansion of demand. Why expansion of demand? Because as price falls, real income increases, other things remaining constant, quantity demanded increases. But careful, had it been demand changes like this, so what does it mean? It is shift. Means factors other than price. But here they have specifically mentioned price. So when it is specifically mentioned price, obviously we should take movement along the same demand curve. Now we should move to question number 3. Question number 3, they have given elasticity of demand. Let me read for your reference. Elasticity of demand. First question note is to know the base price and quantity, which method of elasticity used. There are different types of elasticity. There are different types of measurement. Point elasticity method, percentage method, arc method. Initially, Professor Marshall has given this point method and percentage method, but one point is observed during course of time that when it is considerable change, this point method does not give authentic result. So to get rid of that, he has made one arc. In geometry it is called arc, but in mathematical it is called average of base, because problem starts with choosing base. When base is A and you are coming to B, you are getting one result, but when B to A, we will be left with other result. So why I am talking about, so that before answering you should know what is the logic behind this. When I am talking about base price, like this is way they have given base price and quantity, obviously it should be sorry, it should be arc method. The answer of 3 should be A. Arc elasticity exhibits average of quantity to get rid of ambiguity between choosing a base. So 3 answers should be Ahmedabad or A. Now look at question number 4. Another elasticity question. The questions bank this time they have made a very perfect way, conceptual. I like this. The price elasticity of demand for good X equals to 1. Price elasticity of demand for good X is equal to 1. Slowly. Acha. Original quantity it is given as 90 unit. If the price of X decreases from 300 to 180 per unit, so means P1 equals to 300 and P2 is equal to 180. Calculate new quantity of demand. When anyone goes through this question, first it may come in his mind the elasticity 1, which method should he apply? If we consider total expenditure method, I repeat, if we consider total expenditure method, what is the concept in total expenditure method is that when EP equals to 1, irrespective of change in price, I repeat, when EP is equal to 1, irrespective of change in price, total expenditure remains same. I repeat again, when EP is equal to 1, irrespective of change in price, total expenditure remains same. If that be so, then it is P1 and Q1, P1 into Q1 is equal to 2700. So means total expenditure is 2700. So here total expenditure remains same. When price decreases to 180, so then P2 is equal to 180. So Q2 should be 2700 divided by 180, means 2700 divided by 180, it comes to 27000, it comes to 150. If it is total expenditure method, some advanced student may think it might be in total expenditure method. If it is total expenditure 150, but look at this, no option is, you are finding out any options over there for 150. So what is the option left for us? We should apply plain percentage method. We should apply plain percentage method. When you apply plain percentage method, my things will come out as, let me show you. Some students, advanced student may think of that. Does I help you? If we take plain percentage method, what is coming? Del Q by Q, and Q is given as 90 divided by del Q. 300 minus 180, that is 120. Original price is 300 equals to 1. So by calculating, we get del Q is equal to 36. When price falls, so obviously del Q, price falls, means now the question is, we should add with quantity or we should deduct with quantity. I'll get answer from here. When price falls, obviously quantity should increase. So my new quantity should be 90 plus 36, that is 126 unit. My answer of this is A. My dear students, once more, when you see this sum, you may think we can apply total expenditure method in a simple way. But after applying total expenditure, there may be some advanced student think we are left with the option which is not given here. So what is our way out? Plain percentage method. So when you apply plain percentage method, my answer comes out 126, that is A. Once more, question number 1, answer is D, substitute. Question number 2, answer is B, expansion of demand. Question number 3, answer is ARC method, Ahmedabad. Question number 4, answer is Ahmedabad again, ARC method. Now we should switch to question number 5. Question number 5. If quantity supply changes substantially in response to small changes in price. So substantially. My dear students, this question is asking for elasticity of supply. I repeat, the question is asking for elasticity of supply. Acha, what is the definition of elasticity of supply, beta? It is a degree of responsiveness of quantity supplied due to change in price. I repeat, it is a degree of responsiveness of quantity supplied due to change in price. And our mathematical interpretation is del Q by Q divided by del P by P. From where it comes? Nothing but percentage change in quantity supplied divided by percentage change in price. What they said, when quantity supply changes substantially in response to price. So as per the question, if you want to make this diagram, don't try to choose answer for any multiple choice. What is my suggestion of 20 years is always try to nullify three options. When you are able to nullify three options, fourth one is answer, no question of any negative marking. So simple way as they have given, we are trying to make this. When quantity supply changes substantially. So point to be noted, when it changes substantially, when curvature should be flatter, say it is P1, Q1. The price changes, say P1 to P2. Look at this diagram, beta. Quantity supply changes in larger extent. When quantity supply changes in larger extent, what does it mean? Supply is more responsive. So supply is more responsive means the supply curve is flatter. And if we put these things, supply curve is flatter. If we put these things for your reference, I am showing you the reduction part of mathematical. So yes, numerator is more. Quantity supply is changing more than price. So with your permission, can I write that ES is greater than 1 because del Q by Q greater than del P by P? So my dear students, when del Q by Q greater than del P by P means supply is more responsive to change in price. So from there we are easily getting that ES is greater than 1. So but ES is greater than 1 means what should be my option? I repeat once more, don't try to choose option correctly. First try to get this question, nullify three options, fourth one is the answer. So answer should be relatively greater elastic, relatively less elastic, unitary, perfect. So answer should be A. That is 5A, relatively more elastic. I believe I could explain you properly. For your reference, we have segregated chapter wise so that one can judge himself and assess himself about this answer. Now question number 6. It is purely on consumer behavior, indifference curve. If indifference curve is L-shaped, I'm sorry. Indifference curve is nothing but combination of different points where each point exhibits same level of satisfaction. They have specifically mentioned it is L-shaped. Specifically mentioned L-shaped means as per question I made this L-shaped diagram. So what does it mean? It means the commodity, say it is P1, it is Q1. If you are measuring right shoe here and left shoe here, what does it mean? If I give you, suppose it is Y1, say, if I give you more amount of left shoe, keeping right shoe unchanged, you are indifferent to get this commodity because it does not add any utility. So what does it mean? In this case, del y by del x is equal to 0. But why I have written del y by del x is equal to 0? Because there is no change in y. So obviously slope should be 0 here. On the contrary, if we keep left shoe unchanged and increasing right shoe, of course here del y by del x is equal to infinite. Why I explain this way? So that any student can understand. When it is L-shaped, obviously picture would be something like that. Because it is non-normal, like horizontal part gives you slope as 0, vertical part gives you slope as infinite. So this right shoe and left shoe is nothing but perfectly complementary goods. I repeat, perfectly complementary goods means 1:1 relationship. One is increase means other should be associated with this. as it cannot be used. That is why we call it as perfectly complementary goods. So answer of 6 should be A. Perfectly, and for your knowledge, it is first given by one of the greatest economists, Professor Leontief. It is also called L-shape, right angle shape, or Leontief shape. Just for your knowledge, I said. Answer of CFC would be perfectly complementary goods, that is A. Now we'll switch to question number 7. Let us assume in YOY axis we have good A. Chalo, as per question, we'll start this. Question number 7. OY axis we have good A. Here we are measuring good A. Here we are measuring good B. If the price of good B increases by 1 but the price of good A constant and income also remains unchanged, the budget line. Sir, carefully follow. They mentioned budget line. So as per they mentioned, we should make our budget line first. So it is our budget line initial. So initial budget line means M1 is equal to P1 B1 plus P2 A2 means good B price good A, sorry, P1 A1 good A initial price. Accordingly we get a budget line which is downward linear having intercept on both axes. First, I want us to make this first. Sorry. Now, what they said, when good price of good B increases by 1 rupee. Careful, sir. Price of good B increases by 1 rupee. Other things remaining constant. Only price of good B increases. My dear, when price of good B increases, what is happening? Price of good B increases, what is happening? Real income for good B would decrease. I repeat once more. When price of good B increases, simple way for your reference, I am writing this way. Price of good B increases. So what does it mean? Real income decreases. So consumer is forced to consume less of B beta. So less of B, what does it mean? At initial stage, consumer is able to consume this amount of B. But now he'll be forced to consume less amount of B. So less amount of B means keeping A unchanged. Sir, keeping A unchanged means what does it mean? That it becomes steeper. Steeper. It becomes steeper means slope is increasing. That is for your knowledge. First of all, you to make this diagram as per as they have given. Then you should look at this options given. What option they are given? Right on OY axis, right on OX axis, left on OY axis, left on OX axis. So as per figure I have made, obviously one can understand it should be left on OX axis. So my diagram is this and answer should be left on OX axis. Once more. Question number 1, answer is substitute. Question number 2, answer is expansion of demand. Question number 3, answer is arc elastic demand. Question number 4, 126 unit. Question number 5, answer is Ahmedabad relatively greater elastic. Question number 6, perfectly complementary goods. Question number 7, left on OX axis. Now we should move on. Question number 8. What is written in question number 8? Purushottam wanted to buy laptop by paying 60,000. Wanted to buy. Wanted to buy beta means willing to pay. Willing to pay rupees 60,000. But actual price is 55,000. One concept Professor Marshall has developed that is called consumer surplus. The consumer surplus is nothing but difference between willingness to pay and actual payment. So willingness to pay is denoted by marginal utility and actual payment is denoted by price. So consumer surplus is nothing but marginality minus price. Answer should be 5,000. Another way also one can think it of, consumer surplus is nothing but difference between total utility and total expenditure. Difference between total utility and total expenditure. In this question, just for your knowledge, I am adding this value added things. In this question, they have not asked about total expenditure. Only simple way they have asked that consumer is ready to pay. So simple we deduct this. My answer would come out as 5,000. That is C, Chennai. So first page up to theory of consumer behavior, we could explain that. Now we are switching to production part. Production. Achha. Concept of innovative entrepreneurship was given by. I believe everyone knows that there are 4 factors of production. 4 factors of production means that is land, labor, capital, organization. And out of these 4 factors of production, one important thing is organization. And organization means entrepreneur. And it is Professor Schumpeter who has first given this concept that if one entrepreneur is not able to innovate themselves, he cannot enhance technology, he cannot improve. But innovation means what? Application of invention in production process. Careful. Sorry. It is always there. The innovation is nothing but application, invention in production process. So innovation, entrepreneurship, innovative entrepreneurship, this is the main objective of innovator, a main objective of entrepreneur, and it is given by Professor Schumpeter first. Now the greatest economics, answer should be Bangalore. Now question number 10. Which activity is the base of all production activities? Production activity. Initially, production was called as input to output. That was the initial concept. But modern economy says only input to output does not make any sense. Obviously, it should be creation of utility. Creation of utility, and it should be with monetary base. It should be with monetary base. Monetary base means when you produce something, if it is good for consumer, obviously it should be sold out. Creation of one piece of cloth, one makes shirt, one makes any form frock or whatever. So what does it mean? It is creation of utility. One wooden log, one makes this chair, one makes one wooden table. So it is a creation of utility by conversion from one input to output. That creation of utility is the main portion which is given by modern economists. Why I said all these things? So that maybe some people would be confused with investment and consumption. But they have written base of all production activity. in your C institution book, specifically in production chapter, third page, in para 7 or para 6, I believe, they have given this, that production, all activities are purely dependent on creation of utility. So on the basis of that, our answer should be daily, that is consumption. I repeat, some student may have dilemma, why not it in investment? Because sir, if creation of utility is not there, then no question of investment. Obviously, first concept is creation of utility. Had it been both, we would have opted for that. But here they have given a tricky question that is creation of utility or consumption. So we should choose answer as Delhi, D. Those who want could pause and write. Just for your convenience, side by side I'm answering so the one can relate properly. Now question number 11. Question number 11. So what is this question number 11? When output increases more than increase in input, it occurs due to, careful, don't rush. When output increases more than input increase, so output increases more, means output is more responsive to change in input. I repeat beta, output is more responsive to change in input. When output is more responsive to change in input, obviously our concept is IRS. Acha beta, what is IRS? Increasing returns to scale. Acha, how come IRS is there? What does it mean? More specifically, average cost is equal to total cost by quantity. Achha, when output is more responsive, means it is adding more to denominator than to total cost. When it is adding more to denominator than to total cost, what does it mean? Your factors are efficient or inefficient? Obviously, answer should be factors are inefficient. My dear, when factors are efficient, there is one terminology called economies of scale. Are you getting the link of this? As per question, I have written IRS. Perfect. Then, to be more specific, I have taken care AC, average cost is the total cost by quantity. When output is more responsive, means quantity is increasing more than total cost, means factors are efficient. But when factors are efficient, another terminology called economies of scale. Economies of scale means everything is good for firm. Either it may be internal economies or it may be external economies. Internal economies is what? Sorry. Like your manager is efficient, your labor is very productive, technology is perfect, all are internally good. All are internally good means obviously it should add more to Q than to quantity than to total cost, but it cannot sustain for long. Your manager cannot be efficient for lifelong. There should be a point where efficient manager becomes with mismanagement. Technology becomes obsolete. Another term comes, these economies of scale. Economies of scale means average cost keeps on diminishing. These economies of scale mean average cost keeps on increasing. So either it may be within the firm or it may be outside the firm. What is outside the firm? Suppose one big industry makes a good road for his own transport. So I being small firm also being beneficiary. Suppose market interest is very low. So what does it mean? Suppose information of market is available in a proper way. These are also external economies. Why I said all these things? So the simple way, I could have given answer directly, but I'm explaining one by one so that one layman can understand properly. When output increases more than increase in input, it occurs. So obviously we should find out these economics is cut out external and internal economies. Let us consider. Let's see other option. External these economies out, external economies and internal these economies out. Means, but these economics terms should be there. We should nullify that. Achha, why we should nullify? This answer I have given you over here. Efficiency means economies of scale. So my ultimate answer should be better external and internal economies. Means answer is Bangalore or B. I believe I could explain you this concept. Those who want, you pause this and write down properly. Now we should switch to question number. We should switch to question number 12. Question number 12. A functional relationship between input and output is called, slowly, input and output. Functional. Functional relationship means in mathematical we call it as dependent variable and independent variable. So it is dependent, it is independent, which is written in left hand side, dependent, which is written in right hand side, independent. Function relationship between input and output. Output say denoted by Q. Input means factors of production. अच्छा बेटा factors of production माने land, labor, capital, organization. Land, labor, capital, organization. So these are input. This is output. Production sorry, is nothing but transformation of input into output. So this production function is the function relationship between input and output. So my answer should be here not cost function, not revenue function, not consumption function. Obviously it should be the production function. Now we should switch to question number 13. Question number 13, what they ask. Among the following statement which is incorrect in relation to isoquant. So students should know isoquant. So beta isoquant is what? Another terminology is equal product curve. Exactly indifference curve we have done in consumer behavior. When I'm talking about producer's behavior, this concept is coming. That is isoquant. It is based on quantity is a function of capital and labor. Here if I am measuring capital, here if I am measuring labor, isoquant figure would be this way IQ. Achha beta, what does it mean? Even if your combinations are changing, careful beta. Even if your combinations of capital and labor are changing, total output remains same. Means either you are engaging labor intensive technology, you want to move like this way, or you are engaging capital intensive technology, you want to move like this way. But irrespective of the fact, my total output remains unchanged. So total output remains unchanged means that is why it is called equal product curve or isoproduct curve or isoquant. Isoquant has got four properties. What are four properties? IQ is negatively sloped. No two IQs intersect each other. Higher IQ exhibits a level of satisfaction and IQ is convex for normal inputs. These are the four properties. Now let's see what is happening. Number A, correct. Isoquant concave for normal good. Not accepted. Isoquants are not interesting, correct. Isoquants are convex, correct. They are ask you which one is incorrect statement. So beta, which one is incorrect statement? 13 answer should be then Bangalore because it is not complying properties of isoquant. Obviously we should choose answer of 13 as Bangalore. Now we should switch to question number 14. External economies. I just explained to you economies of scale and diseconomies of scale. Sorry. External economies can be achieved through. External economies means what? Simple way. External economies, that is outside firm but inside industries as a whole. Inside industries, I repeat, outside firms but inside industries as a whole. Write properly. Inside industries as a whole. Simple example you can take lucrative market, external economies. Lucrative market, economies of concentration, economies of information, economies of disintegration. What is disintegration? Nothing but development of an industry which has positive effect of each firm's in and around of industries or process of industries. So these are simple example of economies, external economies I am trying to give you. So here external economies can be achieved through, what should be my option chosen one by one? Technological external economies. Technological external economies. Second, external assistance, development of unskilled labor, superior managerial efficiency. Superior managerial efficiency. So here external assistance. External assistance means this is a vague option. Means external assistant implies which type of assistant, they have not mentioned that. So obviously which option we should check, we should take care. Technological and external economies, superior managerial efficiency. Superior managerial efficiency is exclusively internal economies. Since it is technological external economies, our chosen answer should be 14 as technological external economies. I repeat, external economies or economies of scale means average cost keeps on diminishing. So what does it imply? As average cost keeps on diminishing, obviously factors are efficient, and here it is technological external economies. Why other options should not be there? Development of unskilled labor, no way possible because it comes around these economies of scale. And external, you may be in dilemma, external assistance and technological external economies. But external assistance, they have not specified which type of assistance they are talking about. So, but option A, is more specific. That is why we have chosen option A as our answer. Now question number 15. Marginal product will be maximum at what? So before that we should know what is that marginal product. Let me draw this part so that it will be convenient to understand. Beta, this is total product curve. Total product curve is purely dependent on law of variable proportion. What does it mean? Initially it is increasing at increasing rate. Sorry. After a certain point, it keeps on increasing at diminishing rate, reaches max and absolutely falls. And what is marginal product? Is nothing but change in quantity due to additional change in labor. Symbolically, we can write del Q by del L. So common sense, when I am moving from 0 to A, it is convex. It is convex means what? It is adding more to numerator than to denominator. So marginal product also will be increasing. I repeat once more. It is convex means slope is steeper. Slope is steeper means it is adding more to numerator than to denominator. Means marginal product is increasing. So with your permission, I can make, if it is marginal product I am making here, it should be increasing. And this point is called point of inflection. It is a pure mathematical term. Point inflection means where curve changes its slope, we call it as point of inflection. Once more, it will be helpful for you. Once more, marginal product is nothing but rate of change in total product. So it is also nothing but slope of, one minute, it is also nothing but slope of total product curve. So before that, for your convenience, I am making total product curve once more. Total product curve has got three parts. Look, 0 to A. So 0 to A, what is happening? It is increasing at increasing rate. Sir, when I am talking about increasing at increasing rate, look at del Q by del L I have written. So which rate is more? Numerator rate or denominator rate? Your answer should be numerator rate. If I measure marginal product here, obviously marginal product also would be increase. Where it reaches maximum? Look, point A afterward it becomes concave. When it becomes concave beta, obviously it is adding more to denominator. Marginal keeps on diminishing. For some advanced students, I explained that. I could have given answer directly at point of inflection. But no, one should know that marginal increasing, and after point A, since total product becomes concave, because marginal product is nothing but slope of total product curve beta. So our answer is marginal product will be maximum at point of inflection. Two times I explained that way. Is 0 to A convex, after that it becomes concave. When curve changes from convex to concave, this point occurs. This point is known as point of inflection. The answer of 15 should be A. Now let me rub this. I'll proceed to second next questions. Question number 16 and 17. They have given tabular question. So for 16 and 17, for your convenience, let me make this table. What are the columns they have given? Columns they are given quantity, then total cost, this is a table given, madam. Look at this question given what? They asked AFC, they asked AVC, they ask MC. So it is my suggestion, always when this type of mathematical tabular question they'll give, we'll complete table first. Acha, what is there? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Acha, what is total cost beta? 100, 180, 250, 310, 360, 420, 490. If I find out marginal cost, first one is 100, then 80, then it is 70, then it is 60, 50, I believe 60, 70. Now slowly. AFC. AFC means what? TFC by quantity. So in quantity is 0, TC is 100 means obviously it is nothing but TFC. AFC when 4 units, my answer should be 100 by 4, that is 25. The answer of 16 should be 25. AVC of 5 units of output. So what is AVC? AVC is nothing but TVC by quantity. First of all, you should find out TVC at 5 unit. Careful beta. For 5 unit, total cost is given as 420. Whereas we have found out TFC is 100. So TVC for 5 units should be 420 minus 100, 320. And quantity how much they are given? 5. So my answer should be 64. So here 320 by 5. 64. Where is the 64? Here, B. I repeat once more, those who have problem. When quantity is 0, amount of TFC should be positive beta. So amount of TFC should be positive means it is nothing but when total cost something is positive given is nothing but TFC. Sorry. That is when total cost is given as 420. They ask you to find out TVC. What we should give? Total TVC money, total cost minus TFC. So total cost is 420, TFC is 100, my TVC becomes 320 divided by 5 units they ask, answer should be 64. 18. 18 they ask marginal cost for 5th unit. Look why I made this table. So that systematically things should come. So my answer of 18 should be Ahmedabad A. So mathematical table for cost, I repeat, when any table they give, before going through this answer, choosing answer, it is my suggestion, always you should make tabular format. But if you make tabular format, I believe it will be more convenient to let you understand this. So let me proceed to other part. Total cost 19. Acha, what is the answer question given? Total cost is equal to 4200. Total fixed cost is given as 1200. Acha beta, we know TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. Therefore, TVC is equal to TC minus TFC. So what is my answer beta? 4200 minus 1200. Answer is 3000. So here question 119 answer is 3000. Simple easy question, but I like the way CA Foundation IC has set this question. Exactly combination of all what they are covered. This is very much professional. I always appreciate this. It's very good. Now it should Switch to other questions. Market. Question number 20. If a seller obtains if a seller obtains 6,000 after selling 50 units, but a seller obtain means cheaper. What to produce means production. How to produce means cost. For whom to produce means revenue. When seller obtains this, obviously it should be 6,000 is total revenue. Total revenue 6,000 for 50 units. Total revenue is 6,000 for 50 units. When total revenue is 6,000 for 50 units and total revenue 6204 for 53 unit. So for 53 unit it is for 50 unit, it is for 53 unit. Achha beta, what is marginal revenue? Marginal is nothing but change in quantity sold divided by change in revenue divided by change in quantity sold. So what does it mean? More specifically, TR1 minus TR minus TRN or TRN minus 1 divided by, we can write QN minus 1. Simple way, change in quantity due to one additional change in quantity sold. So here total quantity sold change is beta 204, but marginal means one extra unit. So they have the tricky things they have given 50 and 53. So marginal revenue should be change in quantity sold 204 and change in revenue is 204 and change in quantity sold is 3. So 204 by 3, answer should be 68. I repeat once more, total revenue for 50 units they are given 6,000. Total revenue for 53 units they are given 6204. Either simple way, if you deduct, it won't give you the total answer. Why it won't give you total answer? Because AMR is nothing but, margin is nothing but change in revenue due to additional change in quantity sold. Achha beta, additional change means what? Single unit. So change in revenue here it is 204 and change in quantity sold is what? 3. So that is why answer should be 68. So 20 answer should be Bangalore. So now we'll switch to 21. On the basis of nature of transaction, a market can be classified into regulated, unregulated, wholesale, retail, cash and forward, national and international market. Just to confuse you, make it more ambiguity, they are given this, but simple one thing one should take: transaction, nature of transaction, regulated, unregulated, again it is either capital market or digital market. So wholesale market and retail market, cash and forward rate, national and international market. So more approaching for 21 should be transaction is cash and forward rate. Cash and forward rate means one is spot, now this forward rate means prices settled today, transaction would be in near future, and that time one should comply the stipulated price which is agreed upon. Now question number 22. Question number 22. When firm produces 7 units of production, total revenue is 42. 7 unit 42. After raising production 8 unit, TR reached 46. So 7 to 8. Simple, not typical that 50 to 53. The simple way they are given 1 unit. So simple way, MR is nothing but change in revenue due to change in quantity sold. So how much change in revenue? It is nothing but 42 to 46, that is 4. So how much change in quantity? 8 minus 7, 1. Answer should be 4. So answer of 22 is B or Bangalore. 23. A market where goods are exchanged for money payable either immediately or within short span of time. Market where goods are exchanged for money either immediately or within short span of time. Forward market, I just said you, this agreement is made today, but transaction may be made in near future, but the price should be exactly whatever agreed upon. Regulated market means stock market mostly, or capital market, wholesale market general, but immediate means it is nothing but C, spot market. 23 answer is spot market. Switch to now next question bunch. 24. Let me check once more if I miss any question. Question number 1 Delhi, question number 2 Bangalore, question number 3 Ahmedabad, 4 Ahmedabad, 5 Ahmedabad, 6 Ahmedabad, 7 Delhi, 8 Chennai, 9 Bangalore, 10 Delhi, 11 Bangalore, 12 Delhi, 13 Bangalore, 14 Ahmedabad, 15 Ahmedabad, 16 Chennai, 17 Bangalore, 18 Ahmedabad, 19 this, 20 Ahmed. In the visit transaction, cash and forward, it is Chennai. 22 is just found out Bangalore. 23 is Chennai. Now 24. ABC Limited realizes total revenue 6,000 by sale of 120 units. Total revenue 6,000 by selling of quantity sold is 120. Achha. When total revenue is 6050, quantity sold becomes 121. What is average revenue when ABC Limited sells 121 unit? So they are taking this, we should emphasize on 120 units. Average revenue means we know better total revenue by quantity. So total revenue by quantity money, obviously it should be 6050 divided by 121. Obviously the answer should be 50. So by calculating we get answer as B. Average revenue nothing but total revenue by quantity. Answer should be 50. Matlab C. Chennai. This part is done. Now what they said, next part you should go. Let me, otherwise cannot see this. Rub this. Exactly, they carry forward this part in question number 26, 25. 24 we gave, 24 answer we gave. Chennai, explanation I have already given. 25 now. When ABC Limited sells 130 units, total revenue, one should not be confused. Well, they should have written this. It is on the basis of 24 and 25, but still, company name is same means we have already found out average revenue as 50. My dear students, average revenue nothing but price. So obviously, we should take new total revenue is 50 into 130. How much it is coming? Answer should be 6500. For 24 and 25 link question, from 24 we found out average revenue because we know that, and they have said ABC Limited 130 unit, its price obviously remains same, otherwise they have to change this. So my answer for 25 is 6500. Now 26. Let me rub this so that I'll make this table. It would be helpful for you to understand. 26. Slowly. Acha, they ask you to find out marginal revenue. First, how do you show, how do you confident with this? It is, sorry, first it is question number 26. Now, table. First it is quantity. Next it is total revenue. Next it is, they ask you marginal revenue. So you should make ready that. So let me put these values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total revenue 100, 180, 250, 310, 360, 400, 430. But a marginal revenue is what? Rate of change. So it is what? 100, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. Means gap between this and this. Gap between this and this. Now look at the question. What is asked? Margin revenue for fifth unit. Look, after you made table, it confidently, without wasting a single moment, you can confidently get the answer. No question of any negative marking. So don't try to make it in oral way. Obviously, you should make it in writing way. It would be more authentic. So answer of this is nothing but 40. That is Delhi. Sure. Now we'll move on. Question number 27. Those who need to write, they have to pause this video and take this side by side. I am making it would be convenient when you cross check your answer. 27. The concept of kinked demand hypothesis. Slowly, slowly. This is a very good question. My dear, in oligopoly, there are two parts, collusive oligopoly, non-collusive oligopoly. Professor Paul A. Sweezy, one of the greatest economists, has given the concept under non-collusive oligopoly. The concept is called kinked demand curve. What is that, sir? Say in price is settled like this way. For vegetable market, we agreed price as this. Now some of our seller decreases price. So everyone will cooperate with him. As everyone is cooperating with him, so that particular seller will not be able to sell this. Obviously, affected demand curve would be somewhere like this. What is affected demand curve? Market affected demand curve. So here, this portion of AR curve is nullified. Rather, it becomes this. Similarly, if price is increasing, someone is increasing, no one will cooperate. It will be washed out from market. Why I said this? So that one can understand. Actually, the AR curve for this particular case, what is happening? Look, what are interesting things. Look. 1 minute. AR curve, what is happening? One, then it is 2. But actually it should have been this. Just for serious student, I am making that so they can understand that. So, but is what? Here this point is called king point. But what is king point? King point means curve stops its slope. Actual air curve working demand curve is this, but it should have been like this way. That is why Swayze said below of determined price EP is lesser than 1 and above of determined price EP is greater than 1. So many things I said so that one can understand. So another terminology of this is called price rigidity. If you are rigid with the price, you can make good profit, but if you deviate from this price, no seller can be getting good profit out of this. So answer of Kint demand hypothesis given by Professor Paul A. Swayze is nothing but Chennai. C. Question number now 28. Question number 28 is the best example of oligopoly. Best example of oligopoly. Sir, there are, I said, two types. One is collusive, now there is non-collusive. Sir, what is collusive oligopoly? Collusive oligopoly is nothing but sellers, oligopoly sellers make fraudulent understanding among themselves to avoid any price or quantity deviation. This is a part of collusive oligopoly better. And the part of collusive oligopoly, what does it imply? Either they make price leadership firm or they make output leadership firm. And everyone is abiding by his or this particular firm's instruction. Under collusive oligopoly, one brilliant example is opaque. Opaque means organization of petroleum, everyone knows that, exporting countries, because all over the world that OPEC determines the fluctuations and price changing of petroleum product. So the best example of oligopoly out of this is nothing but OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. For students' reference, I have given this concept of collusive oligopoly so that it will be helpful for them to get this concept clear. 29. I'm rubbing this so that you can get properly. Aluminium industry, simple way. Aluminium industry means it is homogeneous product. So it is called pure oligopoly. Pure oligopoly is nothing but where we get homogeneous product for the industries. Answer for question 29 is pure oligopoly. There's a different types of oligopoly are there. Collusive, non-collusive, and or partial oligopoly, syndicate oligopoly, pure oligopoly. These are part. Here we are talking about homogeneous product, that is pure oligopoly. Question number 30. In which market prices are determined by the forces of demand and supply? Demand and supply. We know perfectly competitive market. What is happening? Due to homogeneous product, each firm cannot determine price. They have to make one industry, and industry determines price. What is happening? Just simple way, industry determines price. This is demand, this is supply. Industry determines price, and each firm, beta, careful, each firm, suppose you are measuring firm here, each firm has to accept price. And in perfect competition, here is constant, means parallel to the horizontal axis, and accordingly this makes average cost, marginal cost, these are part is there. In this question, the more emphasizing part is demand and supply. Pure competition is a part of perfect competition. We're not talking about four things: homogeneous product, firm is a price taker, large number of buyers and sellers, and free entry and exit, we call it as pure competition. And adding this, knowledgeable buyers, perfect mobility of factors, no transport cost, exhibits pure competition. So pure competition beta is a part of perfect competition, and perfect competition comprises of pure competition. Why not monopolistic? It is monopolistic product differentiation, oligopoly, indeterminateness of price beta. No problem. So answer should be perfect competition. Why? Because due to product homogeneity, price cannot be determined by each firm, rather industry determines price. And how does industry determines price? By demand and supply. 30 answer is Bangalore. 31. So I have to make this here. Railway chain charges comparatively cheaper fares from senior citizen. This is an example of interesting question, but there is a concept of price discrimination. Concept of price discrimination, first given by Professor A.C. Pigu. What is price discrimination? Is for a same product, firm or monopoly charges different price as per place, as per customer, as per elasticity, different way. Pigu only first given there are three parts of discrimination: third degree discrimination, second degree discrimination, first degree discrimination. Why I said this? So that any student can properly understand. Third degree means more than one price, that is two prices. Second degree means more than two prices or price blocking. First degree means reservation price or take it or leave it price. Here our concern is, just my honest intention is to let you understand not only choosing answer but develop your sense so that it will be helpful for you. So third degree discrimination means two prices, and two prices is nothing but price discrimination. So answer of this is 31, Ahmedabad. Rub this so that it will be helpful for you to get this answer properly. 31 answer is Ahmedabad. Now 32. 32 simple questions. Smartphone markets is an example of oligopoly. I believe nothing to explain over there. Obviously, it is a part of oligopoly as more flourishing and price cannot be determined properly. There's always fluctuation of price, means retaliation. One company changes price and quantity means influenced by that other company also changing price. In economic term beta, we call it as conjectural variation. Means A is doing something, by retaliating B also doing, again B is doing something, it reciprocates over there, called conjectural variation. And it is perfectly, you know better than me, smartphones it can be perfectly observed like this. 33. Collusion is impossible. It's a lovely language. Very good question. I like this. First, collusion money, what I have already given. Fraudulent secret understanding. Fraudulent secret understanding among the firms to avoid any uncertainty. I repeat, fraudulent secret understanding to avoid any uncertainty. The collusion is impossible if an industry has. If it is only few number of firms, okay, acceptable. Only two firms, obviously it also acceptable. But is more approaching is what? Only two firms, limited number of firms, large number of firms. Out of these four, this is acceptable, this is acceptable, this is acceptable, but obviously large number of firms is not acceptable. Answer of 33 is Ahmedabad. I repeat, collusive oligopoly means fraudulent secret understanding among the firm to avoid any uncertainty in your future. So obviously, if it is large number of firms, it is problematic for applying this collusive agreement. Answer should be Ahmedabad. So question number 34. Check me. 33 I have given. Yes. 34. This is simple definition. It has been given. Definition is what? When any industry is dominated by a large firm, and everyone is abiding by this and he is considered as leader, then better we call it as partial oligopoly. Perfect definition of partial oligopoly: when any particular industry is dominated by a large firm, more than 55 to 60% shares of this firm is there, so we call it as partial oligopoly. So answer of 34, that is when industry is determined by one large firm, is Ahmedabad A. For your reference, this definition I have given you. Answer of 34 is A. Now 35. Another good question. 35. This is lovely question. ICI has quoted from market part. It is very good. For your convenience, I am writing this. It will be helpful. Barometric price leadership implies an old, experienced, respectful, largest firm acts as a leader and sets price. Once more, barometric price leadership implies an old, experienced, respectful, largest firm acts as a leader. This I have quoted from your study material, nicely written in market chapter. You could find out just 2 lines they have given. I have taken for your reference so that serious student can take care this way. Says by it makes changes in price. Which are beneficial from all firms, beneficial for all firms and industry, but it is accepted by each firm. Once more, barometric price leadership implies an old experienced respective larger firm acts as a leader and sets price. It makes changes in price which are beneficial for all firms and industry, but it is accepted by each firm. In Indian example, so many Australian example are there. In example, we can give Uber company when it started with another company also started, but the price which is set by Uber, everyone is imitating that. First of all, I have given you this definition so that exactly I have quoted from your ICI module. Lovely questions they have given. Why I said this? With this options only, you can find out the question answer. Choose incorrect statement. Old experience complied, price decided complied, and generally accepted. You could see A is not there. That is I have written. Look, sets price, old experience, beneficial accepted by each firm. So that we can nullify three options. See terminology I have given over here, beta. So that you can nullify three options. And as you can nullify three options, my answer is nothing but left with A. I repeat, barometric price leadership, old respective leader sets the price, and by assessing market condition, of course, and everyone is abiding by that price, so known as barometric. So out of four options, they correctly, nicely quoted this line, collected this line, so that any students can understand properly. Now 36, competition among few. This is very easy question. Nothing but oligopoly. Competition among few is nothing but oligopoly. So now market part is done. We'll switch to another 10 marks question. Let me rub this better so that side by side we can clearly explain. It would be helpful for you to tally questions with answer explanation. Only getting answer won't serve any purpose. If you clear this part, it will be helpful for you. Let me rub this. Business cycle. Which of the following phase occurs after threat and before peak? First, it is business cycle. For your knowledge, this concept of business cycle is first given by Professor John Maynard Keynes. What is that? Here it is, say real GDP, some people call it as income, here it is time period. So business cycle has got different phases. So it is called expansion, output, employment, both are increasing perfect, but there should be some maximum saturating point called peak point. Some people call it as boom point, but it is quasi in nature. Everyone is saturated. Full employment takes place. Economy is going to be stagnant after that. Quasi in nature means appears. After a certain point, it disappears. After that, it is downswing of business cycle. We call it as contraction. We call it as recession. Ultimately, more recession, depression, and economy lost, or just drought, or slump, or huge depression. Indian economy, for your knowledge, is in this stage now. Government is taking care, government is taking steps. If that be so and implemented properly, obviously it will start recovery. Why I said this? Four phases: expansion, peak, contraction, drought. And the drought also cannot be possible always. We have seen recently government has taken good public expenditure policy. So accordingly, obviously the income should keep on increasing. Now coming to my question 37. 37. Which of the following phase occurs after threat and before peak? After threat and before peak. After threat and before peak money, obviously it is upswing of business cycle. The upswing of business cycle beta means A. Ahmedabad. Which indicators coincide occurs here I have seen they have given when I taught in my Christ University people. I also have given a separate notes on that. Careful, sir. For 38 and other questions, I am giving you idea for indicators. Simple way, simple way. So first it is indicators which predict something, which smell something. Carefully follow me. Suppose indicator is decrease in stock price. Careful, predicts. For your knowledge, COVID has come out in March and this. From last year, November, our economic situation was in downswing. GDP rate kept on diminishing. So that was predicted by other economists before that. For your knowledge, husband of existing Prime Minister, he predicted in the month of October that economy is going to be in soup if you cannot control this. I'm talking about husband of existing Professor Nirmala, a finance minister. He pointed out earlier. He is also a very good economist. Why I'm saying this so they can understand. The indicator which predicts something, it is called a leading indicator. Careful listen. I'm not talking about answer. Leading indicator. So it predicts that stock price is decreasing. Obviously GDP should decrease. Which is predicted by some indicator or leading indicator. Now at present, the indicator has predicted that economy should be decreasing, GDP would decrease. At current position, suppose consider GDP is decreased, you know that 23% it has been decreased. Current position indicator is decrease. So another indicator is called coincident indicator. Some economists call it as concurrent indicator. Once more, the indicator which predicts something, stock price, changes the scenario of economy, or change in situation, change in purchasing power, leading indicator. But what is coinciding with current? So call it as coincident indicator. Just let us consider at present situation. We are passing through this tremendous precarious conditions of economy. Economic growth keeps on diminishing. So during COVID situation, our economy is squeezing, cannot be increased, right? So after, now it is 2020, when we will come to 2021 or 2022, we take these all historical performances. What was happening? Today dollar say $1 is equal to 76 rupees. 2022, if I find out, so $1 becomes rupees say 80. So we could say, $1 becomes rupees say 72. We could say we were in bad position that time, now we are in good position. So which gives you historical performance. I repeat once more. After COVID situation, when economy would start reviving, one indicator is there. Suppose That after this COVID situation means what? Huge amount of unemployment will come, interest rate will be bombastic. That historical performance, which they after this period, which is in future, is called, sir, lagging. Once more, in a simple way. Once more, I'm explaining. People may have dilemma, confusion, or sit on a fence type to understand this indicator concept. Simple way, those who are watching this video can understand a simple way, sir. Indicators, simple way, three part. One predicts, one current and future, or historical performance. I repeat, since I cannot write here properly, I'm calling out this historical performance. Predicts some indicators, say stock price falls. So obviously, current situation, GDP low. So predicts leading indicator, which leads. Coincident, at present what is happening, or concurrent, if it is telling, concurrent, future, historical performance, lagging. What? Unemployment huge, interest rate huge. These are all indicators. So main part, I've seen people are confused. I just want to get rid of that. Leading means predict, congruent, concurrent or coincident means which is coinciding with current situation, and so lagging means which is in future or which is a outcome of present situation in future. When you estimate that, suppose the COVID example which I gave already given in 21, when you analyze this economy, my situation was this, my situation would be this, so that time it is nothing but lagging indicator. So many things I said. Come to my question answer. 38. Which indicator coincide or occur? I believe now it is easy to understand for you. Chennai. What most visible sign of recession? Obviously, recession means fall in price level. Visible sign, because other things you cannot see properly. Inventory cost you cannot see properly. Employment you cannot judge off and on, but fall in price automatically or easily you can get this. The most visible sign 39 of business cycle is nothing but Chennai. I repeat, question number 37, answer is expansion. 38, three indicators I explained so that it will be helpful for you to understand. 38 answer is Chennai. 39 is Chennai. 40, taxation policy of government is a part of 40. So for your knowledge, there are two policy. One is called monetary policy, governed by RBI. My dear, another is called fiscal policy, governed by Government of India with the supervision of TRC, Tax Reform Committee. So RBI has got different tools, that is called monetary tools or money tools. Fiscal policy has again two types of tools, mostly more than two types also, but mostly two. One is taxation, the other is government expenditure. Taxation means contractionary fiscal policy. Government expenditure means expansionary fiscal policy. There are public debt, other things also there. So here taxation 40 answer is Bangalore. 41. During phase of drought of business cycle, the growth rate became, I just said you that drought means what? Where economy lost totally. Totally doom means sluggish. Exactly sluggish. For your knowledge, I'm writing this so that it will be helpful for you. Trout implies slump or ending of all economic activity. Simple है बेटा. All economy activities. That is, everything is sluggish. Common sense. If economic activities ends here, so obviously growth rate should be negative. No rush, please, slowly. That is a simple language I shared with you. Drought implies slump or ending of all economic activities. That is, economy becomes sluggish. The growth rate is negative. So answer of 41 is Chennai. I believe you can pause and write down this beta. Now question number 42. Why I explained this lagging and this you understood na? So that it will be helpful for you. Question number 42. Measurable economic factor, you can easily say now that changes before economy starts. I said you something is predicting, something is current, something is future part. The answer of this should be Chennai, leading indicators. So which of the following is an internal cause of business cycle? Internal cause. Internal cause of business cycle. Look, wars are external, natural factors. Yes, it may be internal, it may be external also. Population, obviously it is more is a part of this, but more approaching is what? Fluctuation is effective demand. Effective demand concept is given by Professor John Maynard Keynes. John Maynard Keynes. Call him as father of modern economist. John Maynard Keynes has given effective demand is the main cause of internal cause. Means effective demand change means people are ready to pay more. So obviously huge amount of money chases too few goods. So slowly economy starts enhancing. Investment in consumption is more. Investment is more. Economy is growing. Employment is more and all. Now 44. One by one we are scrolling up so that you can see properly. 44. Easy question. Different phases. Just to confuse you, they are given, look, peak and boom at a glance. Like, again, peak and boom at a glance. You should nullify because two are same terminology, more or less. Bottom and trout, same terminology. This way to nullify. Listen to me carefully. The same terminology means does not make any sense. Obviously, answer should be Ahmedabad. Peak, recession, depression, and expansion. Another English of expansion they have written recovery. 45, I believe now it is easy to understand for you. This is not an example. I said you unemployment, interest rate in my notes I have given you when it is historical performances. One has to predict, one has to get this. We call it as coincident indicator. Coincident indicator means what is at present. Like GDP, inflation, financial market is coincident. But when a lagging indicator, we call it as interest rate, unemployment and all, which is not an example. So not an example means inflation is GDP, financial market trend, these are all under this coincident. But not means Chennai because it is a part of, for your knowledge, for advanced student, part of lagging indicator. Achha. Now 46. During dash, there is a fall in level of investment and employment. So obviously, sorry, it should be downswing of business cycle. I just explained to you. Answer should be Ahmedabad. It's a 47. The most feature of business cycle. Most feature of business cycle. They are given pervasive nature. Pervasive means exhaustive. Exhaustive means business cycle trend changes here. It has got effect on international also. If the market fluctuation when Trump was defeated, that time all of a sudden share price increases and that trend is going on. So what does it mean? In international market something is happening. This business cycle is changing over there. It has got effect over everywhere, all over the world. So that is why we call it as business cycle is pervasive nature. Pervasive means it is exhaustive. Regular length, my dear, it should not be regular length. Periodic intensity, not periodic intensity, it is 4 phases is going on. The length or periodic should be like depression. Who knew that due to COVID, our recessionary situation is lasting for 8 to 9 months? Not possible. So, more business cycle, most feasible. Indian economy has not faced this type of situation. Okay, all over the world has not faced. But this what? This is not periodic. So, most feature is pervasive nature. Means Ahmedabad. Now, nature and scope. That is economics in terms of dynamic growth. The simple definition, beta. Professor Samuelson has given that. Nothing to explain over here. Socialist economy is also called, I believe everyone knows that. Capitalist means private ownership. Socialist means centrally owned ownership. And mixed economy means combination of capitalist and socialist. So obviously socialist economy means their objective is welfare maximization. Answer of 49 should be, to make it more of, should be centrally planned economy. 50 is what? Explain economy's phenomena according to their cause and effect. This is class 11 everyone has done. One is called normative, now this is called positive. Statement is normative, positive is nothing but what ought to be or what should be. So positive only talking about cause and effect. Answer of 50 is Chennai. In capitalist economy, USA, Switzerland and all. Capitalist economy, one of the important observations are rich becomes more richer, poor becomes more poorer. What does it mean? The gap between rich and poor keeps on increasing, better. So what is that? Nothing but inequalities has been increasing. Exploitation also. So 51 answer is Ahmedabad. 52. In which economic cost benefit analysis is used to answer the fundamental questions of economy? Cost benefit analysis can be possible when it is combination of capitalist and socialist. So my answer should be Ahmedabad. The study of behavior of different individuals, organization with an economic system. This should be individuals. Economic system is known as different individual organization is known as micro part of economy. 54. In which economic system production distribution of goods, services aim at maximizing welfare of community? I said you, objective of capitalist is profit maximization, objective of socialist is welfare maximization, and mixed economy, these are the different blended objective you should get. In each economy, obviously it should be socialist economy. So nature of business economics is, this is a lovely language. This I want to give you on short format so that it will be helpful for you. Meaning of pragmatic. Yes, business economics is pragmatic. What does it mean? Decisions, for your reference, please write down that, it will be helpful. Decisions are dealt with a practical way. Means managers, practical way means, look, theory something has come, let me write, then I'm explaining. Managers do not have considerable time to check theoretical considerations. When something, yes, this decision is that if price keeps on increasing, obviously your production would be increased, you will be selling more. Very good. That is theory part. But all on a sudden, some huge amount of pent up demand comes. So demand keeps on certainly increasing. That a manager is not going to this theoretical consideration. He has to take care what is practical. It doesn't mean that it relegates this business decision, means doesn't ignore that business decision by some theoretical assumptions. So it is not possible in pure economics, it is possible in business economics. Business economics is pragmatic. Why pragmatic, beta? It is based on some theory, but doesn't mean that always that theoretical things should be complied with. And when it comes in practical way, managers does not have any considerable time to check what is the background of theoretical evidence. So he'll carry on with the present situation. I give you an example. When price of things is slowly increasing, the manager is pushing production up, because they are making more sales, more revenue. Very good. Theory says that. It also says that if price decreases, quantity supply should decrease. Suppose all on a certain marginal cost of this keeps on diminishing. Marginal cost diminishing means what? The gap can be increased even if price is selling, price is higher, and the price is lower. The price is lower means quantity sold can be increased more. So theory is there. He is not relegating this, but on the basis of theory, they are not strict with this theory. It is based on theoretical evidence, but it should be considering practical also. So that is the perfect meaning of your pragmatic. So 55 answer is Bangalore. 56. Responsible for all economic problems. Obviously scarcity of resources. Now 51. Demand forecasting is nothing but by asking demand forecasting. I have to make it more, try to make it here. Demand forecasting by means of asking consumer when they are going to buy, come under survey of buyers, statistical method, grassroots method, expert opinion. Obviously it is survey of buyers intention. That was my job for economics question to explain better. Let me check from beginning if I missed something. Question of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 table given, 17 given, 18 given, 19, 20 mathematical, this was 21 explained, 22, 23, 24, answer given, 26, rigidity explained, opaque definition given, pure oligopoly, perfect competition figures given, railways also figures given, third degree, smartphones, elusive oligopoly impossible, 34, 35, competition, oligopoly, business cycle, lovely questions they are given. But main thing, my intention was to explain you three indicators: leading, which predicts, coincident, current situation coincide, lagging, historical performance in future, and there's something, unemployment, interest rate, these are all lagging. 39 given, 40 taxation simple question, 41 is a lovely question, leading again, 43 answer is Chennai, fluctuation is effective demand, 41 answer is Ahmedabad, 45 Chennai, 46 Ahmedabad, 47 Ahmedabad, exhaustive, 48 Delhi, 49 Chennai, 50 Chennai because an effect, inequality exploitation, 52 mixed economy, 53 microeconomics, 54 socialist economy because their objective is nothing but maximizing welfare. Had it been for capitalist, objective would have been profit, pragmatic, combination of theory and practical, mostly practical they emphasize. 56 simple 30 years old question, scarcity, demand forecasting, Ahmedabad. So my dear students, I believe I could explain you the answer and I could analyze your queries of CA Foundation question. I repeat, this is purely based on memories and accordingly we are considering this answer. So thank you very much. God bless you, beta. Any doubt on this part? I repeat, my name is Sandip sir. Don't hesitate to call me. This is my number. Once more writing number 98301 65380. Please call me so that I can help you any queries on that. Thank you very much. God bless you, beta.